Hello, my people, my beautiful and handsome viewers. Welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy Reality Talk TV. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And for those people who have already sleeping, good night. Yeah, this is last Sunday of April. Yeah, you are welcome to the platform. I greet you at your location time. We just want to talk about Nigeria issue. You know, Nigeria is on on fire. It's on fire. I wonder what kind of a living our government, our leaders, they are living. It seems that they are living underworld life. Underworld life. You know what does that mean? You know, I can't start to imagine where there is a criminal, a bunch of criminals ruling on that country. You know, a bunch of criminal. They call themselves politicians and they are living underworld. Underworld means like a mafia, that they commit a lot of crime and they get away with it. I don't know what kind of a legacy they want to leave behind. So that is the question we should ask them. What kind of a legacy are they going to leave behind? Because it's a situation whereby a criminal will get away with a crime. So this is so baffling, you know. It's so concerning and it's so worrisome. So I don't know how we can end this because it seems that these people they're on top and we are planning to stop them. We are planning to stop them. All this their atrocity, all this their criminality is not gonna be allowed any further. It's not gonna be allowed because we have our own life. We are youth. We want to take in charge of all the situation. These old people, old cargo need to go. They need to go for good because you see ordinary people when they are arrested, they will jail them. But this elite, they are the one get away with the crime. You see, it's not balanced. It's not balanced at all. So I wonder what kind of a country they want to build. And the whole wide world they are looking. You can see our prime minister here in Japan visited Ghana. You know, Ghana for that matter. Ghana is not more or less like Lagos, the population. And many presidents, prime ministers, they are visiting over there and they are neglecting Nigeria because of all this our leaders' atrocity, all this their criminal record. That is why. So are we going to be sitting down, relax, and let everything pass us by? I say hell no. Hell no. It can never be. It can never be. We need to find the solution and we need to find it fast. We need to find it fast as we can. Because this thing is just rubbing our face on the mud, you know. They are rubbing our face with all these dirty things, all this their dirty doing. And shame on them. I know they don't have a eyes. They don't have a eyes to be shaming of, you know. They are not shame. It is our life we need to protect. It is our life, our freedom we need to protect because we are the youth and we will not relent. We will not relent. So this program is all about addressing all these criminal people, you know, how to eradicate them. How to eradicate them. So my viewers, please listen to this video I want to play for you. Please be with me, okay? So let's play this video. It's Arise TV and Mr. Momodu speak on this our judiciary and our system over there that has been corrupt, So this is the issue we need to address for ourselves. Also, let's play the video, and I will show you. Sorry. So the morning show is for the morning show.
Momodu, who is one of the most experienced journalists in Nigerian media history.
As you can see.
Publisher and editor-in-chief of the society magazine, Ovation Magazine.
Ovation Magazine.
Ovation TV. Both of them under Ovation International. Good morning. I am Momodu. Good to have you join us in the studio.
Thank you for inviting me.
Good to have you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, I know that we will come to good news about celebrating one of the great Nigerians that, is very dear to your heart. But let's start from the political terrain. Because you were a key member of the PDP and your party lost the election against, all the permutations that you were clear about. And you have now gone to the court to, presenting your petition to say that not Bola Tinubu, APC candidate won, or that Atiku Abubakar won. My question to you in clear terms, one is, what happened? What did you get wrong? And what do you make of what President Muhammadu Buhari has just recently said about why he thinks that the opposition lost? He cited 2 or 3 cases over confidence and relying on external support. Is that why Atiku Abubakar lost?
I disagree with the use of word. You cannot say a man lost when he is contesting it. The end will ultimately determine whether he lost or he won. So when you say he lost, that was very emphatic. Only this is the case is in court.
According to INEC.
No, everybody knows that INEC has been utterly reckless and irresponsible. So, as a law-abiding citizen, and we allow the courts to judge who won or who lost. That is why we are in court. I won't say anything further on that. INEC has declared someone as the winner.
Yeah.
That is okay for now, but only the law courts can give the final seal on it. And we must respect the judiciary. We must allow the judiciary to conclude its work without anybody attempting to stampede them into a predetermined judgment. So when the president said they lost because of this, because of that, again, I see it as a deliberate attempt, to stampede someone somewhere into knowing where I stand. And that shouldn't be the case. I don't really am a Democrat. I respect the rights of President Muhammadu Buhari to support anybody. We are his party. That is his party. The same way I supported my own party.
Yeah.
So, you said I was an integral part of PDP. I remain an integral part of PDP. I'm not one of those who jump about. Since I joined PDP, I've decided I will support PDP. I will not do anti-party. So that's where I stand. But trust me, it is not right for us to stampede the judiciary, because that's the last hope of the common man. So the moment you are aggrieved and you are not sure of getting the true verdict, the true judgment, it is dangerous for a country as big, as complex, as complicated as Nigeria. Whoever the court decides, then it's final. And it won't be the first time, it won't be the last time, but we should not stampede the judges. They are human beings.
Yes.
And they watch all this body language. When someone votes and shows this is who I voted for, people are watching. And our kids are asking us, is this normal? I don't care who wins, as long as the right man wins, as long as we can prove that what the INEC declared is true, is valid, and reflects the wishes of the people of Nigeria. I'm a Democrat. There is no question about it. And some of us fought for this democracy. So if we don't practice what we were preaching, then that would be so unfortunate.
Okay, so I want to touch on two things. Now, first off, you've spoken about waiting for, of course, the petition results to come out. But we're seeing a PDP accusing a president of attempting to bully the judiciary, which is currently handling the petitions. They are saying that it's giving legitimacy to a clearly flawed election and asking that all sanctions be extended to all those involved in manipulating the 2023 election. So my question to you is this: do you still have a huge trust in the judiciary to be able to ably represent what their findings will be from this petition? And when those results come out, whether they are positive or negative, would you be accepting that 100%? And then secondly, you've spoken about the fact that you are a member of PDP through and through. Now, we're aware of, the factions that have sort of formed. I mean, we know about the G5 governors, but to fully fixate on Governor Nyesom Wike, who has participated in anti-party activities, but we're not seeing any pressure being put on him. We're seeing we saw the case of the national chairman, Dr. Iyorchia Ayu, who had been insisted on his resignation, but we're not seeing that push for the G5 governors or even Nyesom Wike, who has come out to say that he did participate in anti-party activities.
Well, to answer your first question, if I didn't believe in the judiciary, I would not say we should wait for them for the verdict of the courts or the tribunal or whatever. We don't have a choice. I believe in the rule of law, and I believe that my candidate, my principal, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, is one man you can never accuse of going against the law of the land. He believes firmly in it, and that is why whenever he's aggrieved, he does not call anybody to riot. He simply goes to court. And whatever the court decides this time, I'm very sure he will abide by it. On the issue of anti-party by the G5 governors, my attitude is leave everyone to their conscience. You cannot destroy a bridge after you've crossed the bridge. I've said it openly. I was a consultant to Governor Wike, brilliant man, a high performer. I call him the poster boy of PDP. But if you are aggrieved to the extent that every day for almost 1 year you are still fighting, you are not ready to forgive your enemies, it is his personal decision. And that's what I respected about those who left PDP before Buhari came in. They left PDP before fighting PDP. You cannot remain in a party and continue to destroy the party and continue to say you are above the law. You are saying, why haven't you done anything about it? I'm not in the top hierarchy of the party. I'm just a floor member of the party. But I know that some governors ran to court to ask for perpetual injunction so that the party cannot suspend them, cannot expel them. If you are that bold and courageous, then you should wait. You don't have to go to court and say, "Court, protect me." You are punching a man and you are saying, "No, they should just tie up the man." That's what I see. But that is the unfortunate situation in our country today, that what we have now is like the janjaweed, where every warlord is in his own domain and feels he can do anything. I can hijack if you want to win an election, you need this election, you have enough money by fair and foul means, just get it. Just hijack the system. That cannot be the democracy we suffered for. And a lot of people asking, so why did you guys bother to fight the Abacha government if civilians are now acting worse than Abacha? If you and I cannot go to the polling station and be sure that when I vote, somebody is not going to invade the place and take away all your votes. It's unfortunate. So it will get to a stage where a lot of our young people, and I speak to them regularly, they are no longer bothered about whatever happens to Nigeria. More and more people now are calling me, oh, do you know anybody in any embassy? I just want to go. People South Africa, people want to go. Which is sad, because Nigeria is one of the greatest countries on earth. It parades some of the most talented youths on earth. There is no country I've been, and I've been to a couple of countries in my life. There is nowhere you go, you will not find Nigerians doing great things. But they are frustrated by their own country. Go to any hospital, all our leaders who go abroad for treatment, when they get there, they will meet Nigerians. Nigerian nurses, Nigerian doctors, Nigerian pharmacists, they are there. So how come we cannot allow them to thrive at home? So for me, this is not about, I'm tired of fighting. I'll be 63 in May. And I've been fighting since I was an undergraduate. We were pioneer Jambites in 1978. The Ali Must Go was in 1978. That was the first time I witnessed a very violent revolt in Nigeria. And since 78 till now, we have been fighting, we've been revolting. Nothing has changed. Why can't we have pity on our country? Do we hate our country so much? And some people will justify it and say, this one is your friend, that one is your friend. It's not about friendship, it's about our country. It's about doing what is right. If you do what is right, I will support you. Whatever I can defend, I would rather keep my mouth shut than try hard to defend it. What is going on right now is that we need the intervention of God to bring us back from disaster. Because people are bottling up a lot of anger, a lot of tension, and that is not good, even for the business climate. Everybody loves Nigeria. We love Nigeria. I love my country.
All right, Chief. With the benefit of hindsight, will you say that PDP would have had a better shot at goal if it had not been fragmented? Fragmented in the sense that it allowed Peter Obi to go and create a movement that has probably never been seen or only comparable to what Buhari did in 2011 in the north. Allowing Kwakwanso to leave with a stronghold on Kano and then the G5 governors, two of whom clearly worked against the PDP.
See, one thing about me is I don't ever lose focus and I don't get distracted. 1 million Wikis, 1 million Kwakwanso could not have stopped what happened. Because some people clearly predetermined what will happen.
Yes.
In a situation like that, everyone will be helpless. That's what happened. So in Nigeria, our country is a place where we find excuses for every bad situation. What happened was clearly a garrison operation. I don't want to go into the details, as I said, because we're already in court. So let's go to court, and if we're able to prove it, so be it. Trust me, it had nothing. In fact, I like to liken PDP to a civil war. What happened in PDP was a civil war. What happened in APC was a world war. They were openly attacking the president, abusing their own president, their own leader. They were openly confronting him, threatening their own leaders. We didn't do that in PDP. The 5 people decided that they are not happy because Wike lost a presidential primary. That's okay, it's their right. And if they choose to remain in the party and insist they will destroy the party from within the party, best of luck. But I personally, if I'm agreed with the party, I will do the honorable thing, I will leave. You cannot want to drink from a well and you are urinating inside the well. That's the way Chief M. Abela would have put it. So for me, it is a very simple thing. Giving excuses that is because A left, is because B left. What happened in APC? I have never seen such house of commotion in my life. Everything was in disarray. And you can see, okay, you are talking about Wike and Rotimi Amechi did not campaign. Even the vice president, who was an ally of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not campaign. So many people refused to campaign. Even the Senate president, you could see that a lot of them were just in the background. They were in the background because they couldn't understand what was going on. I mean, for me, one of the closest allies of Asiwaju was Rauf Aregbesola, the minister of Interior. Everybody. So, just as you had them in PDP, you had them in APC. But APC had an upper hand because of the apparatus of state. If a president comes out to say, this is who I voted for, the military, they are watching. The police, they are watching. INEC is watching. So it emboldens them to say whatever we do, we shall get away with it. That's what happened. So it had nothing to do with Wike. Everybody knows that there is a pattern to elections, even in America. More often than not, race is a factor.
Yes.
Religion is a factor.
Yes.
And of course, a lot of resources. It's the same thing in Nigeria.
Obi had 11 states.
Let me tell you,
Abuja.
You are forgetting also something. This is not the first time it will happen. It happened in 1979. It happened in 1983, where you had Chief Awolowo in the west, like Tinubu now. You had Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Owele of Onitsha, in the east, just like you have Peter Obi now. They were big people, big, massive. It's only those who don't know the history of Nigeria who will say this is the first time we have a candidate from the east. No, we had the first ceremonial president of Nigeria on the ballot, Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe, in the east. He was controlling the east. Chief Obasanjo was controlling the west. Alhaji Shehu Shagari was controlling the northwest. Malam Aminu Kano was controlling Kano the same way Rabiu Kwankwaso is controlling Kano today. At that time, we even had Waziri Mohammed.
Yes.
Yes, from the northeast. It's nothing new. As a matter of fact, Peter Obi did us some favor. Because without Peter Obi, nobody would have believed it was possible for any other party to win in Lagos. And even that win, people are still saying the margin declared could not have been the original margin based on the preponderance of votes that came from the young people, especially the obedience in Lagos. So, just as some of those people took votes away from Atiku, they also took votes away from Tinubu. If you can defeat Tinubu in Lagos, defeat Tinubu in Osun State, it tells you that no one has and that's because there is a theory of rigging. More often than not, you are able to rig only where you have overwhelming presence. But in Lagos this time, it would have been suicidal for anybody to say the obedience did not capture Lagos during the president because they were determined. And you would have had to kill so many people to change all those votes. So all you could do is just some skillful manipulation here and there. Wherever you think Atiku is doing well, bring it down. Wherever you think Obi is doing well, lower it. And that's why you have all these mutilations all over the places. I'm sure you've seen it. I know you're both on social media. You would have seen it. Mutilations everywhere. You're supposed to transmit election results. That's key. So why did we waste all that money? And in the same election, National Assembly went very well. And the only one where you now had problem was the presidential. That for me tells you something. That we have carried our rascality too far. We should fear God. I swear to God Almighty, if anyone had won after following due process, I would be the first. I supported Atiku and Obi in in 2019. I wasn't a member of PDP then. And immediately they declared President Buhari. I tweeted and I said I wish to advise Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to congratulate Buhari because that election was not as skewed as it was this time. It was clear that, okay, it may not have been perfect, but at least they followed the due process. This time, that for me was not followed.
It was a shamming.
In 2015, I supported Buhari.
Shambolic election.
I was not a member of APC. I've always been in opposition. So, for a country as poor and as impoverished as Nigeria is, some of us with voices must be in opposition to be able to tell our friends that despite our friendship, this is not right. But a lot of people in Nigeria have come to accept as long as somebody is from your tribe, somebody is from your religion, somebody is giving you money.
That is ridiculous, man.
You become a voluntary slave.
That is totally nonsense.
If the courts, if the courts maintain Asiwaju's victory and sustains it, will you congratulate him?
I have nothing personal against Asiwaju. You know very well, Steve, you know very well that I'm closer to Asiwaju than most of the people shouting today. But I'm maintaining my principle. My principle number one is that I represent my party, I represent the interests of my party, I represent Alhaji Atiku Abubakar solidly. Absolutely. I am a serious person. I don't jump. It is unfair of anybody to say, oh, what do you have against Asiwaju? So if you are not in the same party, you expect me to abandon my party and defend Asiwaju because he is my friend. Then at 60 plus, I'm not serious. So if the courts declare him, so be it. So we'll wait till that happens. But I can't begin to predict what will happen in advance because we are already in court. And we are hoping that the court will be able to show that this election was a very bad one. One that will haunt Nigeria for a very long time to come. No matter who is declared, whether it's Atiku or Obi or Asiwaju that is finally declared, this was a bad election.
Yeah.
Well, there are a number of things that have,
totally
the
bad
national
indeed.
society and opposition parties have been able to say that the general 2023 elections were skewed. Voter suppression, violence, rigging, but the 25% spread, especially as it accounts to Abuja, has really been a bone of contention. People saying it would be wrong for the Supreme Court, of course, to rule that the winner of the Nigerian presidency does not require 25% of votes from the FCT to be declared winner. However, we're looking at the main opposition party, your candidate, Atiku Abubakar, not meeting that requirement. So, I don't have the entire basis of your case in court. But in looking at that, is the party satisfied with just disproving that? Because we're looking at...
No, it's simple. I'm not a lawyer. And like I said, we shouldn't commit the same error of judgment. We cannot... there is a principle in law that I learned in Ife, Nemu Judex in Causa. You cannot be a judge in your own cause. So what that does, what that means, is that it invalidates that election. Once there is no clear winner, you can't declare someone and say, at least Asiwaju tried, and the only thing he didn't get is 25%. No, that 25% is sacrosanct. It's a must. The law will not have mentioned it if it was unnecessary. The law does not act in vain. I've listened to all the arguments from Dr. Olisa Agbakoba to Professor Michael Zekume, and these are guys, legal luminaries that I respect so much, who will not mince words. Of course, there are lawyers who are trying to browbeat us to say Abuja does not enjoy a special status. Abuja enjoys a special status. That's the only reason it was mentioned. If it was unnecessary, Abuja would not even feature. All they would have said is, you need 25% in 24 states, you need 25% in 25 states. So they would just add Abuja and assume it's a state. But to have mentioned it specifically, Nobody can delete that. But you know our people. When people are desperate to justify anything, they will do it. What that does is that it invalidates that election. Apart from the series of other crazy activities that took place, but 25% of Abuja is a must. Even for my principal article, it is a must. It must win it. If it does not win it, and Tinubu does not win it, and Obi does not have enough of 24 states.
Sorry, guys. What is this? We are having disturbance. Okay.
In a stalemate, no judge can now say, because it's a stalemate, we just give it to, we dash it to number one. No, that's what INEC did.
Okay, Chief, let's now move to your friend, an important Nigerian, Chief Mike Adenuga, who will be celebrating 70th in a matter of days.
No, it's today. It's today. He's not even celebrating. That's the thing about him.
At all.
No, he will be at home just with his family, as always, family, and then maybe a few of his friends. That's all. He told everybody who wants to celebrate him, no, he doesn't. He doesn't indulge in frivolities. He believes in making money and empowering
businessman
humanity. That's what he has done all his life, and he doesn't want to change it at 70. He's happy, he's grateful to God that 70 years ago he was born. Nobody could have envisaged what will happen in the future, but like one of his names, Potence, Agbolade, the child who has brought wealth to the family. I mean, he has brought wealth to the world. I mean, go and see the series of congratulatory messages, even from the French president, from President Mahama, from Yayi Boni of Benin Republic, the Vice President of Liberia, President Buhari, Vice President of Shibajo, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, the Oni of Fifth. I mean, you need to see this day newspaper today and the Boss online newspaper. Incredible. I've never seen such a celebration. Everybody saying, it touched my life. And there was no way of even saying thank you. A man gives you money, gives you a car, and you can't even pick your phone to say thank you. That's a rare human. That's why I coined the title, The Spirit of Africa. And that's what I call it. But it's a spirit you don't see, but you feel him all around you.
I mean, how does one even begin to talk about the Paragon, well known across the continent, as you said, as the Spirit of Africa? But as someone that has known him for such a long time, let's just go down memory lane a bit more here. What would you say is your favorite memory of him, even as he celebrates his 70th birthday today?
It is his loyalty and generosity. I wrote on the back page of this day today that anyone who knows any man or woman more generous than Adenuga should please write his own piece. I will gladly publish it. I have not seen. When you talk about a billionaire who turns other people into billionaires, and you don't see that every day. People like to give peanuts, give you a pita so you can keep coming back. When you are broke, you come and stay at my corridor. They are watching you on CTV as you are dozing off. Not Adenuga. Adenuga, when he touches you once, if you are smart and you are able to manage what he gave you, you will be made for life. Trust me. I've asked him before, I said, sir, why do you keep giving everything you have to your friend? He said, because if you say you have a billionaire as your friend and it doesn't reflect on you, then it's not your friend.
Yeah.
That is so profound. So and for me, it's not his money. It is his intellectual prowess. This man will discuss any topic under the sun. It's unbelievable. Geography, history, technology. A man who single-handedly laid a submarine cable under the belly of the Atlantic Ocean from Europe to Africa to West Africa. That's not a joke. He's so daring. The day I saw his property portfolio, I was dazed. How can one man, in this Lagos alone, go and look at all those places where you used to have ETB, Lefco Merchant Bank, now you have Sterling Bank and all that. You will see signs everywhere. Go and look at a lot of the petrol stations where you have corn oil. Go and look at all the places where you have Glo. Now he is playing the major role in First Bank, he's playing the major role in Sterling, he's playing the major role in Julius Baja. One man, in fact, only a few days ago, I saw him appear from nowhere on Transcorp.
Now that you mentioned that,
You know, the spirit is just there, looking around somewhere, he's there.
well, Chief, I mean, people call him different, names. You said he's the spirit of Africa. Some people say he's the bull. Or some would say he's Pasecom Billy, Mr. Pasecom Billy. He rarely grants interviews these days. A lot of people say he's even, inaccessible. That he's not even maybe it's arguable that he's not even the richest man in Africa, that you can run into the richest man in Africa at parties or at events, but not Mike Adenuga. Why is it so? Why this mystique, cloak around him?
Yeah, so if you don't know a man, how will you be able to value or evaluate him? So most people don't know Adenuga. I'm just telling you some things now. In terms of liquid, tell me any man you know in the world who owns his own business and is making money every second, whether you are awake or you are asleep. Tell me anybody. That's money. Wealth, real wealth, is your ability to create and generate income every second. There's nobody who is doing that. In telecoms, in oil and gas, whether you are sleeping or awake, somebody is driving a car who will buy from corn oil, is doing downstream, is doing upstream. How many people have his number of oil wells and maintaining it? When he was prospecting for oil in 1991, even his mother tried to discourage him, say, are you not throwing money away? In the middle of Atlantic Ocean, this man was drilling for oil, and they told him it will not happen. You are just throwing money away. It must have been in his 30s. And on December 24, 1991, he became the first Nigerian to find oil in commercial quantity. And I think that was the first time I read an interview he did with, I think, Newswatch. He used to be on the board of Newswatch, by the way. The man is, the spirit is everywhere, And then he kept going. Today, he is first among equals. Let me put it that way. Even if his co-competitors will tell you that, look, the reason why we keep defeating Adenuga is because the man will not open up. He's not interested. There was a year, about 12 years ago, we sat with him and he said, okay, he will show us some of his activities. Trust me. That year, I think they must have valued him at $3 billion. Adenuga. How much will it take you to lay a submarine cable in the belly of Atlantic Ocean? Just one project, Glo 1. Go and check it. He runs into billions. His portfolio that year alone was worth over that $3 billion. But the thing is that I remember meeting Mr. Steve Forbes, the publisher of Forbes. He came to Nigeria and I met him at the hotel. And I said, look, the criteria you use in determining the richest Americans, you can't use that in Africa. Because in Africa, we believe in raw cash. Whereas in America, you are talking about the stocks. And the stocks, they are not owned by one man. So it means that it's a public property. Adenuga owns most of his own properties. Most of his own companies are owned by him. It was corn oil that brought him on the stock exchange. Glo, he has 100% ownership of Glo, the second telecoms company in Nigeria. Just look at the man with about 60 million subscribers, owned by one man. You can say, oh, MTN is this, Airtel is that. They are not owned by one man. One man owns Glo. Let's respect this man and give him a standing ovation. I mean, we just don't know how to celebrate ourselves enough, And then You go into oil, go and look at his gas deposits. Gas, which is the future. It is the future. We're there now, clean energy. So, I mean, Adenuga is ahead of his time. He's always ahead of his contemporaries. He's not ready to contest it. He's not ready to
Nigeria gas,
anybody.
Nigeria oil.
2 days ago, he called me. He said, but me, I think...
It's a country oil, country gas.
This noise is getting too much. I said, sir, on this occasion, we are going to do what we need to do to celebrate you, because 70 will not come again. Just sit back at home and enjoy yourself. God has been too kind to you, and you have reciprocated by being kind to mankind. So that is it. He doesn't want...
Sorry guys, we have interruption.
In fact, he restricted us to this day and the boss. Can you imagine a man who can afford to buy all the newspapers in Nigeria today and say, I want to be on the front pages of all the newspapers? No. And then Adenuga won't do that. He continues to hide under the parapet.
How has he managed to stay out of politics? I know he had issues with the former president Obasanjo at a time, and all those issues. But then you can hardly find his hand in political matters.
I told the story on the radio program this morning while they were celebrating. Femi Akintunde Johnson did a program 5 this morning. And I told him, I said, I lost a sponsorship of about $500 million from Glo in 2011 when I chose to go into politics. He does not ask. He does not want to help. We don't discuss politics. You can't go to him and be gossiping about this and that. He's not interested. He takes everybody as his friend. And when you check it, this is a man who, along the line, has touched virtually, practically every important, not so important personality in Nigeria, as long as you have contact with him. That's who he is. He doesn't like politics. And that I can tell you. Whenever I go into politics, he will just stand back. When I come back, then we resume our relationship. But one thing I like about him is that he respects my right to choose what I want to do. He will not say, oh, because I've helped this man, then I should control his life. No. But politics and Adenuga, they don't go together at all. He doesn't like it. He believes, he has a policy that a man with his humongous resources cannot fight government. He cannot fight politicians. And if they destroy his empire. You are not destroying Adenuga alone, you are destroying thousands of people who depend on him. The work he does, I don't think he sleeps more than 3 hours every night.
That is the story you are hearing.
When he comes, it will be maybe 1 a.m.
That is the
But I
story
have
you
a
are
special
hearing.
soul that when he
friend,
rings, I know it can only be him or someone from his office. I quickly pick it, no matter what is going on. He's such an incredible human being. And like I said again on that program, I'm not even sure they manufacture such people again in heaven.
I mean, much has been written about Mr. Mike Adenuga's philanthropy, generosity of spirit. He has so many legions, inclusive of the Investor of Grand Commander of the Order of Niger, from President Goodluck, decoration of the insignia of Commander of the Legion of Honor by President Emmanuel Macron, and even the highest civil national award for the Companion of the Star of Ghana, given to him by President John Mahama of Ghana. Now, looking at someone that has lived such a robust, well-rounded, impactful life, as we begin to round up, what lessons can we learn from someone like this? You just said it yourself that it's like they don't create it. They don't create it. Look, it's the ones that are creating now. How can we look at his life and pick lessons from there and apply it?
The first thing is you must be focused. You must be determined. You must be tenacious. Tenacity. If there is one thing about Adenuga, when he wants anything, he will go all out for it. And today, all you need to do is just read the papers. You'll be amazed that only one man has accomplished all of these things being mentioned by different people from different parts of the world. It's being celebrated globally, and my lesson from him is that in whatever you do, you must be unique. He is unique and he holds nobody any apologies about how he chooses to run his business. For him, keep going. You must not win just once. You must continue to win. And he continues to win. And I wish that he will continue to win for a long time to come.
Definitely.
All right, Chief Momodu, just 1 second or two before we go, and I want to put you on the spot there. The sort of closeness that you share with Chief Adenuga, does it compare with the time that you had with Chief Emeke Abiola?
You know, Chief Abiola didn't have enough time, but the short time that I had with him rubbed off on my life forever. I mean, anytime people ask me your heroes, they know that the first man I will mention is Abiola. And when I mentioned Adenuga, I said it's a spirit you hardly see, but you feel him all around him. The difference between them was that Chief Abiola was a businessman, cool politician. Dr. Adenuga is a total businessman. He does not mix politics with business. That's the difference. But both of them have played very, very significant roles in my life, and I can never forget them.
All right, on that note, we want to thank you.
All right, guys, that is it for today. So when we bring another, this thing will be fantastic. So stay tuned and enjoy our program. So Timo Starboy, Reality Talk TV. So we are ending up the program now. Thank you for your support always. And don't forget, leave your comment below what you think. We want to hear from you. So bye from now. Have a lovely weekend. Bye. Mwah. Mwah. Love you guys.